Good morning. It's Tuesday, February 7th, 2023. It's about 2 minutes later than it normally is when I get to here. The McDonald's light's not on. I'm not going there anyway. If you were watching a couple days ago, I got impatient waiting for the line to move, and I just got out of line and left after I had already ordered. So I can never go back again. So we did an experiment yesterday, went to work and came home without my suit coat, and I was fine. I was perfectly healthy. One interesting thing, I got home, I was very tired. I went to bed pretty early, did some chores, went to bed, and I assume slept the whole night through. Woke up a couple of times, once at like 1:30, I guess one time at 10 o'clock, whatever. So I'd say... Yeah, I mean, I probably didn't get much more than 8 hours sleep. I keep forgetting how early I get up. But I definitely got somewhere in the area of 8 hours. I've got this, I got this app on my phone. I guess everyone has it, this health app that monitors my sleeping habits. I don't know how accurate it is. It's probably just based on when you finally put down your phone, because everybody just constantly has their phone in their hand. And I think it said I got 8 hours last night. On average, I get 6, according to the web app or the phone app. So I got more sleep yesterday. That means there was less activity, which brings me to my other point. I'm still at the exact same weight I was yesterday. I might be an angstrom heavier, still right on that 200 line. So I'm actually glad, because I said if I had lost more weight, I would do that 3-day fast and start eating healthy. And I didn't want to do that yet, because I went shopping on the way home yesterday, and I just got a nice pack of roast beef and that cheese that has the hot peppers in it. I can't remember what it's called, pepper jack. So that's part of my lunch today, and I would have hated to have skipped that. So anyway, the point was that the experiment went fine. Got to work, got home, didn't have any of the symptoms I've been having for the past few weeks, where I get extremely tired and start yawning. Then I get the cold sweats and all that stuff. None of it. Like I said, when I got home, it was a cumulative thing too. Yesterday was very stressful at work, and first day back after the weekend, and I didn't, I think I told you I didn't get a lot of sleep over the weekend, so, and even though you can't catch up on sleep, I was tired, so I did go to bed relatively early yesterday. But I don't think that has anything to do with anything. I believe it's completely unrelated to the illness I get when I'm in the car. Moving on. I don't know if my subscriber was looking at the Friday. I think he was looking at the Friday videos Friday morning, and he mentioned something in the comments. I talk in the comments too. I don't know if he sees my comments on his comments, but yesterday morning's video, after I left Dunkin' Donuts, there was a near head-on collision. I haven't had a chance to review the tape and see what the tape. I am old. I haven't had a chance to review the video to see how that comes across. You guys see nothing. You just see my face. You don't But that point at which I honked, it was. I think I explained there was a guy in my lane coming right at me. It's coming right at me. So that was exciting. All I'm saying is, if you're going to watch any of yesterday's videos, my subscriber, or AM Part 1, that's the one where there's the minor excitement of the near front-end collision, or head-on collision. So I did Midnight Black yesterday. there does seem to be, like my coworker mentioned, there seems to be an inconsistency to the flavor day to day. Now, on Monday I had just gotten over a sinus headache, or a minor sinus infection I had over the weekend, which I had cleared with my ramen insanity, which is maybe palate altering, because it is extremely spicy. I mean, just the fumes alone from the soup get your nose running and make your eyes water, and curdles your skin a little bit if it comes in contact with it. So that may be part of the reason that yesterday. So I will probably try one more day, try the stuff before I go back to the regular blend, and that would be Thursday, because I don't generally do videos on Wednesday because I don't drive to work. But I'm going to do Midnight Brew one more time today, and I'll make my final decisions. Well, no, I'll try the regular stuff on Thursday, and because I still can't figure out which one I like better. The Midnight Brew is different, so initially I hate it, then I like it because it's different, and it's not mainstream, so you gotta be snobby and like, oh yeah, it's good stuff. I detect the nuances of toast, and there's cherries on the finish. None of that is true. I think I sprained my tongue. This side, my tongue on this side is very, it's very in the way. It's a little swollen, and you need to know this. It's going to be important because there's a test later. But it's really bothering me because as I talk, it's rubbing up against my teeth. And when I bite it. I have to consciously move it out of the way. In case you're wondering, like, not only am I a hypochondriac, but I am just a bag of bizarre illnesses. A veritable cornucopia of maladies. But I embrace them. They're part of who I am. There's a scene from The Simpsons where Mr. Burns is in the doctor's office, and the doctor's telling him everything's wrong. So I'm fine. He's like, no, you're not fine. What's wrong with him is he's got everything wrong with him, and all the diseases are fighting each other, and that's the only thing keeping him alive. The other buddy that I mentioned, who's not a subscriber and probably not a viewer of this channel, who would be, mentioned something on Twitter, and I have no idea what he's talking about. I saw what he's talking about, but I don't run in those circles. What is the problem with retro gaming or 8-bit gaming? I have no idea what you guys are talking about. What is the issue? And why is anybody 8-bit gaming to begin with? Or retro gaming, or whatever it is you guys are belly aching about. What is the problem? second one is hard to say, and I don't know how you would do that. Would you just list a series of decisions, and then I didn't say the same word twice. One was conscious, the other one was conscience. But would you just list a series of decisions that would come up, and what decision you would make? Would that be stream of consciousness? I don't know. I had very, very strange dreams last night. Part of it was winter, really bad winter. Cars were stuck in the road. Some weirdo was elected president. This isn't a dig. Like, literally in my dream, it was like a weird political dream. I don't have political dreams. It's usually hellish nightmare screaming. But I'm at the Dunkin' Donuts. Give me a moment. My wife was there, and the vice president was this actor, and I can't remember. I know the guy.
What can I have, Greg?
Could I get a large black midnight roast?
No.
That's it. Okay. Hey, that's why my tongue's swollen. This weird ass coffee with flavor in it. I'm always so happy that I remembered my wallet. Thank you. Thank you very much. You too. I don't know if this coffee is extra viscous, but all 4 days, at least 3 of the days that I've gotten this coffee, you may have noticed me complaining, oh, it's wet, oh, it's leaking. Well, I don't know if it's the coffee, it's probably just a coincidence, or if they're using different cups or different lids. Struggling with my wallet. What the hell, man? Wearing too many accoutrements, getting caught on everything. Something, viscosity, something. So the coffee, it leaks right at the top where the seam is on the cup. You know, the seam cup wraps around. It's we've all seen the videos how they make these cups. It's terrible what they do to those baby seals. Anyway, the cups, where the lid sits on the cup, that seam on the cup is where the coffee leaks, and that doesn't usually happen. Planes don't usually do that. It doesn't usually. Any other time I've gotten coffee, it hasn't done it. So yeah. Anyway, since I've been getting the midnight dark roast blend, the cup has been leaking while sitting in the cup holder. Spinning the cup now, finding the seam. Nuances of toast. Not leaking yet, but give it some time. Give it some time! So, is that the same truck? No, that was a van. I'm hoping we have the excitement we had yesterday. Is that the truck? That might have been the truck. I think the truck might have been white. That one didn't seem white. I know the odds of passing it in the same spot are very slim. It brings up an interesting point. So there's not just subculture. What was I going to talk about? Secret societies. So as you know, we're all members of a secret society. But the one of the things with inside jokes, it became kind of weirdly apparent. If you have a very tight inside circle and you're, I don't know, a bit eclectic and weird, you end up having a language like, most people like, you can communicate movie quotes and things like that, or there's various other media that you might have an entire inside joke lexicon around, where you can communicate thoughts and ideas just by saying words which may or may not be related to the task at hand, but people understand what you mean. But it also means you have like a shared, if you were tight for a period of time, you have a shared memory to the point where you almost share a brain with one or more people. And it was interesting. Yesterday, a buddy of mine sent me a text. It's one of the buddies I've mentioned before, and he gave me a clue that he had set for himself for one of his passwords, and I figured it out immediately, and what the password was, and it just, and I said, like, great to throw me an easy ego stroke, because, like, it was a riddle that I figured out immediately. What's interesting is, though, because of our shared history, even with no context, just what he sent me, I was able to figure out what his password was. So that's cool that I was able to figure it out. It's uncool. I guess what I'm saying is, don't have close friends, and don't share any information with anyone ever, because if you do, they just may be able to figure out your passwords. So remember, kids, stay out of school, keep smoking, and be a loner. Chicks dig loners. A lot of friends have like a secret handshake. A lot of cults, subversive groups, and things like that. And then there was other friends that just like have this, this weird phrase when they meet each other. And me and my buddy had this phrase. It just grew over the years, and it was. I'm exaggerating, but I want to say it was 15 minutes long. We would see each other, and then we would just in unison say this long string of just nonsense words and phrases. Like, it's just like, if it was one person saying it, you'd think they were just like this crazy rambling fool. When you see two people saying it, I don't know what you think, because it's insane. It's a weird, choreographed, just shared thing. I can't think. Some people have a way with words, other people not halfway. Like almost like a ritual. But it was just nonsense, just a bunch of nonsense thrown together, like parts of commercials, just words that we would say, a bunch of non-words that we would say, just in a specific order. I still got a minute and a half. Another, I gotta find it. It's not very good. But me and a different friend used to write a story, and it was a story where we would just take turns. Again, it was more of a stream of consciousness thing. We loosely tried to keep the storyline together, but we called it Expounding Upon the Toad, and we would just basically take turns writing this story. It actually did involve. It's funny that it came up in SharePoint Blank later, but the story actually did involve. Oh no, it wasn't the president of Paraguay. It was the president of Uganda. So it's different. It's a slightly different story than Grosse Point Blank. That could be the name for my channel. Expounding Upon the Toad. I think I might go with that. Yeah, I don't even
going to go with.
I knew you guys would eventually help out and give me a title for these two channels. I was wrong. You guys didn't help at all. Useless sons of... I guess I'll start winding this down. Somehow, we're almost all the way up to the 22-minute mark, so got that going for us. Got one under our belts. Woohoo! Past Dunkin' Donuts, no ill effects as of yet. So, looks like we're good to go. Anyway, I'll be back in a couple of seconds on the next video. Have a wonderful day.